Hello everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to study about the land revenue settlement system in India. As we all know, now we are talking about land revenue settlement system in British India. This is a modern Indian history lecture for all of you, and this is part 1. We will be covering land revenue settlement system in 3 parts, okay? So land revenue was one of the major sources of income for Britishers in India. लैंड रेवेन्यू सिस्टम जो हुआ करता था ब्रिटिशर्स का भारत में एक मेजर सोर्स ऑफ इनकम हुआ करता था. And for UPSC, the land revenue system in British India is always a very important topic for both prelims and mains. And as per the UPSC syllabus, land reforms in India, it is specifically mentioned in GS paper 1. Okay, so that is why it is important for all of you. इसीलिए important है इसको cover करना. Now, tax from the land was major source of revenue, but the ownership pattern of land witnessed different changes over centuries. During the kingship, land was divided into jagirs. Jagirs were allotted to jagirdars, and these jagirdars, they split the land which they got and allocated to subordinate zamindars. Zamindars made peasants cultivate the land and in return collected part of their revenue as tax which was submitted to the British government. तो क्या होता था, राजा क्या करते थे, जागीर्स लैंड को जागीर्स में डिवाइड करते थे. जागीर दी जाती थी जागीरदार्स को, और जागीरदार जो क्या करते थे, जमींदार्स को अपॉइंट करते थे, और जमींदार्स फार्मर्स को अपॉइंट करके लैंड को कल्टीवेट करवाते थे, और जो रेवेन्यू होता था वो एज टैक्स किसको दिया जाता था, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट को दिया जाता था. And that is how they started the land revenue systems in India. Now, before we move any forward, here's a small announcement. Unacademy is launching UPSC CSE Combat on October 17th, 2021 at 11 a.m. in the morning. It is an all India free scholarship test and it will be history and polity special test. That means questions, 50 questions, they will be from history and polity. 60 minutes will be given to you in this free scholarship test and you will get your all India rank and chance to win scholarship from a pool of rupees 4 crore. Rank 1 to rank 3 will get 1 year UPSC CSE combo subscription. Rank 4 to 10 will get 75% scholarship. Rank 11 to 50 will get 50% scholarship and rank 51 to 500 will get 25% scholarship. You can even use the invite code ARPITA10 to enroll for free in this All India free scholarship test. The link to enroll in this scholarship test is given below in the description box. Make sure कि आप संडे से पहले 17 अक्टूबर से पहले इस scholarship test में enroll कर लें. ठीक है, तो शुरू करते हैं आज का लेक्चर. याद रखिएगा 17 अक्टूबर को ये scholarship test होने वाला है. ठीक है. So land revenue system, we all know it was the land revenue settlement system consisted of 3 kinds of systems. Okay, 3 major systems of land revenue collection existed in India: Zamindari, Mahalwari and Ryotwari. Zamindari system was also known as the permanent settlement system. जमींदारी सिस्टम में जो लैंड रेवेन्यू होता था वो परमानेंट होता था, फिक्स हो जाता था, इसलिए इसको परमानेंट सेटलमेंट सिस्टम भी बोलते हैं. And it was introduced in India in the year 1793 through the Permanent Settlement Act. Permanent Settlement Act के थ्रू इसको इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया था in the provinces of Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Varanasi, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. It is also known as Permanent Settlement System. And here zamindars were the owners of the lands. Zamindars were given the right to collect the rent from the peasants. And zamindars became the owners of the land. Actual farmers became the tenants. Okay. And the tax was to be paid even at the time of poor yield. मान लो जमीन से उपज ज्यादा अच्छी नहीं हुई, फिर भी टैक्स देना पड़ता था. That is why it was so harsh. The tax was to be paid in cash. जो टैक्स पे किया जाता था जमींदारी सिस्टम में, वो कैश में पे किया जाता था. The realized amount would be divided into 11 parts. 10 by 11 part will be given to government and 1 by 11 was the part given to the zamindars. The tenants or the peasants used to get nothing. Permanent settlement agreement इसमें जो साइन होता था उसमें जमींदार्स they were independent in the internal affairs of their districts and they were the permanent owners. They were given some instructions to pay 89% of annual revenue to state and they were permitted to enjoy 11% revenue as their share. The peasants, they were left out from this system. But there were different issues in this system. First issue was towards the cultivators. Cultivators, for them the system was very oppressive because rent was very high, and they had no, the right that they had on the land was insecure, because if they failed to pay the rent, they were to be evicted. Zamindars, for them the revenue was also very high. If they failed to pay the revenue, they lost their zamindari. And they were also not very keen on improving the productivity of the land. And for the company, see, this was the permanent settlement system. That means once the revenue is fixed, they have to stick to that revenue only. They could not extend the revenue. Okay, point clear ho raha hai? So for the company also, it was a loss making system. So this was the zamindari system. In the next lectures, we will study about the mahalwari and the ryotwari system. ये था आपका zamindari system. Do let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this lecture series. PDF of this lecture will be uploaded on my Telegram channel, Simplifying UPSC with Ease.